I am going to talk a little bit today more about our QGIS Riverscape Studio plugin. In this case, we're going to talk a little bit about customization of your low-tech designs, specifically customizing structure and influence types. So let's just get right into it. How about that? So we have a design that we've started, right? It's our low-tech design specification. It's been added up here, big boulder low-tech specification. And we have a handful of structure types, right? They're also shown here in the tree. These are the structure types and structure, kind of the zones of influence types that you get by default when you start a low-tech restoration project, right? So large BDAs, small BDAs, post lists, these are going to change in the future, but you can also change them right now, okay? And that's where some of these there's a couple different ways to do this. One is right in the Q Riverscape Studio panel. Structure types are listed right here. So you can right click and you can add a new structure type, and you're going to get this dialog. It's going to ask you a structure type's name. So I want to call it, let's say I want to build a, I don't know, BDA primary dam, right? It mimics a beaver dam. So again, our structural elements, usually they're going to be derived from or mimic either beaver dams, wood jams, or other. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Construction description, these are, large dams intended to do most work of, ponding and aggradation. So just documenting what we expect it to do. Oh, that would be more our function, right? I can't even get this stuff straight, right? Construction, construction of available vegetative fill. We probably want to be more specific. You can then add like how many posts should be in there, a typical length and width and height, dimensions. I'm not going to do that right now. This stuff's optional, but I'm just going to say okay. Now you'll see what happened. My structure type there, my BDA primary, right, has been added there. But it has not yet been added to, when I go to create new structures, it isn't in my symbology. And it also, it's not in my symbology. So I want to remedy that. And so this is my design specification. I can just also say, instead of add to map, I can also just update my symbology. And there it is, right? Now when I go and add a new structure type, let's just go somewhere like this. Draw this, and it is now a part of it's a structure type I can choose, and I don't want to give it a name. That's all it really needs, right? So that is how to customize and add a new structure type from the Curious panel, and there's going to be a lot more functionality coming, being able to delete them from here and everything, but well, right now, what I want to take you to is another way to kind of edit, delete these structure types. So come into low-tech tables and open these design tables. And here they are, structure types, right? So I can go right-click, open attribute table, and here are all my structure types. There's the one I just made. Let's say I just want to get rid of other because I don't need it. I'm not going to build any standard wood jams. I'm going to use the rest of these, but I just want to delete those. So I'm just going to do that. Maybe while I'm here, I want to add another new kind. Let's just, for this sake, I think that's this one right here, add feature. I'm just going to call this new type, just for the sake of adding one. And that it mimics other. I'm not going to add any more information. I'm going to stop editing. I'm going to save my edits, right? So that's just editing right using QGIS's basic native layer editing capabilities. Okay, so again, that new structure type is not here. So I can always do something like right-click here and say refresh the tree. Now when I open structure types, it is. Okay, and it's also available to me when I go back in and I add a new structure type, new type. Okay, so that's a little bit of how you can customize some of the choices, and you can add your own complete custom sets of structure types. So you can call them anything you want. It could be, you know, my special BDA for my new project, but you can design anything you want. Same exact things hold true for zones of influence. So remember up here, we were just calling these general erosional zones and depositional zones, so maybe we want to be way more specific, and we actually want an explicit statement of an influence type. So add new influence type, and let's say it's scour pool creation, right? And that is a kind of erosion, you know, creates a pool downstream or adjacent to, you know, structure or structure complex. Okay? I say okay. So that ZOI type, scour pool creation, right? There it is. It's updated here, but it actually isn't in my symbology for my layer. So again, I need to just, basically I say update symbology for my design, and now I have it. And so now I can go ahead, and when I draw a new zone of influence, I also have my scour pool creation. Okay, so pretty simple. That is a way you can actually completely edit and have your own, choose your own adventure for your influence types. If you want to have tiny little micro types, like let's do another real fast, right? And let's do it through the actual table. So here are ZOI types, open attribute table. Let's do a very specific one, okay? So let's toggle editing on. Let's add a new feature. And let's call this, you know, eddy formation, right? And that's actually a hydraulic response, right? Where'd it go? Eddy formation is actually a hydraulic response. Creation of a log chain. Great. So that's kind of how we can do this stuff, right? We're going to save our edits. So there's our eddy formation. Toggle editing off. Now again, it hasn't updated here, and it's not showing here, but all I care about is that it's up there. So I just, you know, update my symbology. There it is, eddy formation, and now I can draw that. Okay, that is a little bit of how you would create a completely custom, you know, these could be all custom types, these could be all custom structure types, so you can really have your design be your design according to your influences and the structure types that you were going to build.